Ladies and gentlemen, the makers of the Trackmaster TNF show proudly present Sam the Thomas Fan 1's Thomas and Friends Season 17 reviews. Hello everybody, this is Sam the Thomas Fan 1 here. You're probably wondering why I decided to make Thomas and Friends reviews again. Well, I've been looking at Dream Boy 54's Phineas and Ferb Season 4 reviews, and I loved them. I absolutely loved them. In fact, I loved them so much that they inspired me to create something similar, but there wasn't anything to review that I could think of. Then I remembered that the first 5 episodes of the new season of Thomas and Friends have been posted in the US, so I decided to review those 5 episodes and the rest of the episodes coming soon. So I'm going to start off with the first episode, Gordon Runs Dry. Now, before I review this episode, to those of you who haven't seen the 17 episodes yet and don't want any spoilers, don't watch this video. The episode starts off with Thomas on his way to Napa Station with Annie and Clarabelle. Thomas pops into Napa Station to get a drink of water. Gordon is also at Napa Station waiting for Percy to bring his coaches so he could pull the express. Gordon asks where his coaches are because he doesn't want to be kept waiting. Thomas laughs and jokingly says that Gordon should fetch his own coaches. Wow, Thomas, just like what you said in Season 1 in the episode Tenders and Turntables. Gordon snorts and says big engines like him don't fetch their own coaches. He pulls the express, the most important train on the island of Sodor. Thomas tells Gordon that local trains are important too, and Gordon replies by saying local trains are slow and they stop at every station while the express stops at big important stations. Then Percy arrives pushing Gordon's express coaches to the back of Gordon. Hey, just like in Season 1 when Thomas pushes Gordon's coaches. After Percy pushes Gordon's coaches, Thomas goes over to the water tower to fill his tanks. Gordon goes past Thomas saying, "Make way for the express!" Wow, good to see that the new animation ARC projections have taken away Gordon's catchphrase, "Out of my way, express coming through." Meanwhile, Paxton was hurrying from the Blue Mountain Quarry with trucks full of stone. It's lovely to see that they are still using the Blue Mountain mystery characters. Paxton doesn't know that Gordon was approaching from the other direction. The signal turns red just as Paxton was approaching Gordon. He had to stop very quickly. Seeing Paxton put on his brakes is very epic. Gordon goes by saying, "Express coming through!" Okay, so they haven't gotten rid of that catchphrase yet. Paxton stops just in time, but one of the stones flew off his trucks and bashed straight into Gordon's boiler. Ouch! Paxton apologizes to Gordon and asks if he is okay, because that stone made a great thump. Gordon replies by saying that he is fine and that he cannot damage a strong engine like him so easily. Paxton tells Gordon that he should be checked for damage. Gordon declines and continues his journey with the express. But he doesn't go very far before his boiler goes dry. Gordon thinks it is funny that his boiler is dry because he has got plenty of water. But just in case, he stops at the nearest water tower and fills up again. Gordon's passengers weren't happy with Gordon taking water because they didn't want to be late. Gordon then hurries on as fast as he could, but doesn't go very far before his boiler goes dry again. There's 2 strikes for this episode. Luckily, Gordon decides not to take on water again. Phew. Instead, he tries to think of something else, like how many station names he can think of. Gordon knows Tidmouth, Knapford, Crosby, Wellsworth, Marin, Cronk, Plake, and Pole. Wow, Gordon, you know a lot of stations. But then, Gordon passes a lake, which results in him thinking about taking water for his boiler. Gordon tries not to think about it, but then he passes the stream where he can hear the rush of the water. He tries to take his mind off water by whistling loudly. But when Gordon came to the next water tower, he had to stop. Well, it was fun while it lasted. The passengers were cross because they had thought Gordon was a fast train, not a slow train, but Gordon needed water because his boiler was nearly empty. After taking water, Gordon tells the passengers that he will be going very fast now. At last, Gordon arrives at Wellsworth Station. He stops to let passengers on and off. Henry arrives, telling Gordon that he is very late today. The clock shows Henry is right because it's nearly 10:20. Gordon tells Henry that he will make up the time. Then the guard blows his whistle and Gordon chuffs away. But Gordon's boiler goes dry the second after he leaves the station. Oh dear. Gordon is determined not to stop and go very fast. When he approaches another water tower, he doesn't stop this time. Then the episode shows that Gordon is leaving a trail of water. Hey, just like in What's the Matter with Henry? An announcement is made at a station telling the passengers that the next train, Gordon, will not be stopping at the station, and they must step away from the platform as Gordon goes past. He tries his best to keep himself going, but he runs out of steam and his wheels stop turning. Oh no! Meanwhile, Thomas was chugging along with Annie and Clarabelle when he noticed a trail of water on the track. Thomas wonders what it could be. Then he sees Gordon up ahead with the express, and a red flag is blown behind him. Nice to see red flags in the show again. Thomas asks Gordon what the matter is and why he has stopped in the middle of the line because it isn't a station. Gordon tells Thomas that he has run out of steam. Thomas says that Gordon must have a leak in his boiler and tells him about the trail of water. Gordon questions why there is a leak in his boiler. Paxton then arrives and Gordon remembers that one of Paxton's stones had hit his boiler, and it is revealed that the stone had made a hole in his boiler. Gordon wishes that he had listened to Paxton about being checked over. Thomas takes Gordon's passengers for him while Paxton shunts Gordon's empty coaches into a siding and tries to push Gordon to the steamworks, but Gordon won't budge. Paxton asks Gordon if he has his brakes on. Gordon replies maybe, so Paxton asks Gordon to take them off. Gordon didn't want Paxton to push him, but he knew that if Paxton doesn't, he wouldn't be going anywhere. So Gordon takes his brakes off and lets Paxton push into the steamworks. Everyone was very surprised to see Gordon being pushed along the main line. He wasn't a fast engine now. At last he arrives at the steamworks and has his boiler repaired. Soon he looked as good as new, but the other engines thought it was funny that Gordon made a hole in his boiler. Thomas, Percy and James teased Gordon about it at Knapford. Gordon wasn't amused, but now he was very careful about looking after his boiler. So Gordon having his boiler dry, it was okay. Having Paxton's stone bash his boiler was funny and epic. Gordon leading the trail of water was interesting, and the end was just fine. Gordon Runs Dry wasn't a bad episode, but wasn't exactly a good one either. I just think it's okay. So I'm going to give this episode 2.5 stars out of 5. So this is Sam the Thomas Fan1's Thomas and Friends Season 17 review on Gordon Runs Dry. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I also hope that you enjoy the next review on Kevin's Cranky Friend tomorrow. Thanks for watching.